Welcome to Ev Hales' demonstration, Sunrise at Flinders. This is the 8th demonstration in my series. I'm exploring edges and a variety of brushes in this demonstration. Starting with a hake, I'm painting the sky. The hake holds lots of water and I can create a variety of edges with this kind of brush. Leaving some areas with beads, I can then wet them down when I'm ready and not have hard lines in the sky. Just a damp, clean brush is all I need to wet these areas off. The hake gives me lots of variation. If I'm using it on the point, I get little fluffy marks. If I'm using it across the width of the brush, I will get a large area, like I'm getting here in the water. A single brush mark creates that whole surface of water. If I change the brush to a spin synthetic, a lovely long-haired brush here, I can, by using it across the whole length of the brush, cover a large area and get a lovely variation of mark for these sky cloud patches. Against the cold pressed paper, I get a great variety of edge in these marks. Hake is perfect for bringing down the reflection. A spin synthetic of a smaller dimension is absolutely wonderful to create the landmass, and this kind of brush is one of my favourites. It is springy, it always goes back to its initial shape, and it's very receptive when I'm painting. I can lean on it or just use the tip and I can create a great variation of marks. Then I go to a sable rigger. This brush is just the opposite. It's very, very flexible, very sensitive, and very difficult to make the same mark twice. So it's a lovely brush for things like masts, boats, tree branches, anything where I want a lovely fine mark and informality. If I want a bit more regularity, then I might change the brush from this very sensitive rigger into synthetic square brush that is quite firm and when applied like this gives me much more regularity. Back to the rigger for variety, and you can see how the brush flexes when I put it on the page. So I'm using here a variety of the spin synthetic and the rigger for all these energy marks. Damping down with the sable, using the rigger again for the informality. But when I want to lift off a bit, I need something firmer, and so I come back to the square synthetic brush to lift off a little bit of light. Informal marks, and I go back to my spin synthetic pointed brush, which just gives me great energy. This painting's on a cream paper for the mood. I don't like the way the sky is in two different areas, and I want to join these together with a deeper cloud. I don't want hard edges, and so I'm working with two hake brushes, one a square brush and one a bamboo brush that's less formal, and that one has just clean water. And anywhere I don't want to see the join for this colour, I paint clean water on first, so that the paint just melds into what is underneath. I'm working this upside down so that any excess flows off the edge of the page. And there it is, my impression of Sunrise at Flinders. If you want to see more, go to some of my ebooks.